Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Tammy Talk. We have a good topic on today. We're going to continue the conversation from last Sunday evening. I have my daughter on with me on today, and we're going to continue talking about relationships because we know there's a lot of people out there that are dealing with relationships. Even in the midst of everything that's going on, we know that we're still dealing with relationships. We're dealing with relationships in our home. We're dealing with relationships with extra significant or significant, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, however you want to do it. We're dealing with relationships. So we're going to talk a little bit on it today. My daughter want to share some of the experiences that she's gone through, and we're just going to have a good talk. We're going to have a good girl talk today. It's for the young men too, so you can learn how we are too, because a lot of times, people will always have a conversation about what men are like, but we want to show y'all today what we're like and what young women are looking for. A lot of times I heard people say, I know in the church they say, he that findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor. Yes, that is true. But sometimes the men that come to find you ain't what you looking for. And no favor could be obtained then. So you're going to have to know the person and get to know the person before you even get into the relationship. I think a lot of relationships fail because people go into the relationship with high expectations of someone else, or the image that they have in their head of the person that they want and who they're looking for, and then they're use that image to try to portray how this person should be. But we're going to talk a little bit today about relationship. I have my daughter here with me, Jaleesa. And Jaleesa, I'll give you a little history of her. She's a school teacher, and she have degrees. I'll let her tell you about her degrees and what she's working on now. But I thank God for her being here with us today on the Tammy Talk Show. So we're just going to share a little bit with you today. And the topic is today, compatible relationships and what's your relationship status. Okay? And we just want to shed a little light on what relationship status are, or what level you on in compatibility. What the word compatible mean, it able to exist or occur together without conflict. Get along together without conflict. Compatibility. So that's what the dictionary said it means. Okay, daughter. Give me some of the things that you would like to see in a relationship that you get involved in on the compatibility status, or what you think of it.
Okay. For me, I think what makes compatibility really good is communication, to understand. A lot of times we communicate and we just want you to hear our side of the story, or just, when I say it, let's just do it, let's go with it. But a lot of times you don't try to understand the other person's side. And for me, when I felt like I'm not understood in the relationships I was in, I stopped talking. All right, well, you don't get it. So I done told you 3-4 times. I warn you, I show you, I'm telling you what I like, what I need, this type of situations and different things going on, and you still seem to have a blockage because your needs and desires are more important than mine. So if we're going to have that issue, I'm just going to start bowing out, and eventually it's going to be over for me. Because if you can't listen to me, we're not going to make it. If we can't communicate properly, we're not going to make it.
And another thing, okay, I did say that you was going to give the status of your degree and where you at in life, and I told them that you was a school teacher. So come on, give us the rundown.
Okay, yes, I am a school teacher. I'm going into my 4th year of teaching. I'll be teaching 2nd grade this year when school starts. So I've been migrating around the school system as far as what grades I've been teaching. I have a bachelor's degree in new media and communications, and I'm working on my master's degree in education in kindergarten through 8th grade. So I should have that next May. I got a few more things I'm going through and I got to do, but I should have my master's degree next year, so that's what I'm working on.
That's what your other degree?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I said first.
Okay, all right. So she got all that straight.
Oh,
there.
and a host of other certifications. I have so many certifications in early childhood education, daycare, teaching disabled children, all kind of stuff. So I have all those type of things going on.
So my daughter's very smart. She's very intelligent. Thank God for that. And basically, okay, even with compatibility, it's saying basically being in a relationship means that you work well together, enjoy each other's company, and you have a good time together. So just because you're having a good time together, and maybe you've been in a relationship, I'll say, what if it was like for 2 or 3 years, and y'all get along, have a good time together, but thus compatibility and love, is it the same thing?
No, yes and no. Well, to be compatible, it helps you love someone. So when you're compatible, you're like, oh yeah, this is probably it. I think I got it. But then when you go deeper and deeper into relationships, the longer your relationship lasts, the more you know about a person. So in the beginning, everything's always amazing, but as it continues to go, okay, he kind of snappy, or he talking kind of crazy at me, and I don't know what's going on. So for me, being compatible is awesome because I want us to get along. I want to be able to go out and people looking like, wow, that's a nice couple right there.
Right.
Instead of it being like, okay, she look like she got an attitude, he look like he got a problem. So compatibility does matter. But when it comes down to love, I think it's a difference because I'm compatible with a million people in the world, but we may not be able to love each other correctly.
Right. Okay. Even with compatibility, it says you're very in sync and both tend to act more like friends and friends with benefits than two people who are actually in love. But you can't have love without compatibility. Do you think that you can have love without compatibility?
No. I did like the friends with benefits thingy because in our generation today, that's kind of what it is. And that's really sad because when you're looking for somebody and you want to be married eventually and all those type of things, y'all stay at a friendship level, but y'all are doing things boyfriend and girlfriends do that are moving into engagement, that will move into marriage. So it's like, okay, I'm going the extra mile and making sure you eating every day, you making sure I'm good. We doing all this extra stuff, we spending money on each other. Why aren't we in love? What's wrong? Like, and that's where I get thrown off at because I can start a whole friendship with a male and we be kicking it. We have a good time, we talk on the phone, we laugh, we enjoy each other. And then all of a sudden it's like, why aren't we together? What's going on? There's something not there.
Right.
So I'm thinking that there's something's wrong. And I think our generation is stuck there. We're not dating for marriage. Or one person's ready and the other person's not. It's just, it's all, right now my relationship status is confused. I just been chilling.
So it looks like to me, mostly when, okay, like you said, your generation, maybe now your generation think that they want to have the friends with the benefits.
They do.
They want to be able to go out and date. They want to be able to hang out. You come hang at my house, I hang at your house.
Still talk to other people.
Yeah, we get very intimate, but I'm intimate with you and him, her, them, there, you know, but we together.
Yeah, but you still my husband.
Yeah,
you can't do what I'm doing. I don't want you to know what I'm doing, so we're going to hide it. But when it come out on the fan, it's like, oh, well, we're not together anyway.
Yeah.
That's our generation right now. We're not together anyway. Type of mentality, attitude. I'm going to treat you like you're my girl, make you feel special, but in the same token, we're not taking it there.
Right.
And that's not okay.
Because I can even attest to, I know in our day when you start talking to one person, they will ask you and say, will you be my girlfriend where we can get closer and, you know, get to know one another. But nowadays they want to have the girlfriend
And the other girl,
and the friend girl,
and the other girl on the other side,
and another friend girl, and the friend, and vice versa. The
Yeah.
girls want to have a boyfriend, one that buy her all the shoes and clothes she want, one that will feed her when she get ready.
Mm-hmm.
So she got many dates around her from a boyfriend. This is what you do. This is what you do.
Right.
But in a true relationship, you need to look and see if y'all are compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't get compatibility mixed up with love, because sometimes it can get mixed up with love. You say, well, we love the same things and we do the same things, but if y'all don't get along,
Right.
you know, if y'all out on a date and you deciding what you want to eat, and he sit there and argue with you because he don't like what you ordering because he don't eat that.
Yeah.
So this can be the simplest things, but nowadays I've noticed that a lot of young people are not getting married.
No.
You know, when we was growing up, it was a certain time that we hoped that we would be married, and we sought for relationships that would meet that goal. And and then the people we married are, you know, back in the day. But nowadays people don't want to marry; they want to live together.
Yeah.
To get to know you.
Right.
Will you come live with me
Maybe
so we can
don't
get to know one another? And then you'll live together for 10 years, and all of a sudden you want to get married. And then when the marriage takes place, a year later you get a divorce. Because you said, oh, I made a mistake. Why did you find out the mistake after we said I do?
Right.
And that's because you didn't look for certain signs. You know, I even wrote down some signs, you know, here. It is signs you're making signs you making compatibility, making mistakes with compatibility for love. One of them is your relationship make you feel safe, and that could be compatibility. You get comfortable in it, and then I don't feel the need to be vulnerable. You know, in most relationships, people don't want to feel vulnerable. And you don't want to feel like, I feel like I need him, or she need me. You don't want to, I need him, I need her in my life. If I don't have him in there, then I don't know if I'm going to go on. You don't want to get to that place in your life. You want to at least have that love there. It's coming from one another. Tell me some of the things that you wrote down and that you wanted to share with the audience today.
Okay. Well, I've been in a few different relationships, so from each relationship I did learn something about myself, more so. Even though like it may not have turned out the way I wanted it to go, or he may have wanted it to have gone. I don't blame it on them. I blame it on just us not being compatible. There's some things that just didn't work out. So I learned about myself, and really with myself, again, if you're not listening to me, I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm not the argumentative type of female, so you're not finna get me cussing you out. You're not finna get me throwing stuff at you. You just finna get me walking out the door. When I don't like it, it's over. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. I'm like, hey, look, I tried to talk to you, so since we can't do this, I gotta go.
Communication.
I'm that type of person. But in the same token, I noticed that I would not say how I feel because I felt like it would cause an argument, and I don't like arguments, none of that kind of stuff. Drama, I don't do none of that. So it's like, I learned that I still have to speak up and say how I feel.
Yeah.
A lot of times I would hide it and just let them kind of overpower me, and I try to sweep it under the rug like it wasn't a problem. But then it would build up toward the end, and then when it ended, I laid out everything. This is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. And then they're like, well, you didn't say that. Okay, well, you didn't give me the opportunity to. And when I tried to tell you the way that I talk and I tell you, you couldn't understand.
Right.
But a lot of guys that I had dated were used to those loud girls that cuss them out and scream at them, but I'm not that type of person. So I guess they couldn't understand where I was coming from when I tried to explain that. Also, I was in relationships where they felt like I needed to change, like I had to change something. And you know, a lot of times you're like, me? What I got to change? But in the same token, I noticed that there had to have been an insecurity in that person. Because my parents always taught me when you walk out this house, you're not wearing pajamas. Your hair should not be tied up and all that kind of stuff. You need to go out looking presentable because you never know what you're going to run into when you get out there. The news might come and then you sitting there looking crazy, anything.
Right.
So I made sure that I was always dressed, and I like to dress up, and I like my appearance. I take pride in myself in that. And that got broken down in some relationships I was in because they saw me the way I was and loved me then. You was trying to catch me. You loved everything. You're beautiful. Oh, I love the way you do this. I love the way you do that. But then when you got me, you wanted me to, okay, can you change up? Well, I like that, but can you wear something different? Or can you make that a little bit longer or whatever? And you started changing me.
So you was in a relationship where someone was trying to change you. And like you said, they didn't like the way you was dressing. But at first, when it was dating you,
it was amazing.
It was beautiful and amazing.
So.
But when they got with you, and could it have been that he was looking at you, looking beautiful, and then when he got with you, he didn't want no other eyes on you. He just wanted you to be all for him to look at, you know, in the relationship. And if y'all go to the mall, go somewhere out, riding around, going to the park, or just out shopping or whatever, guys looking at you, then they start feeling intimidated and feeling insecure. And then they use their insecurity, they'll inflict it on you.
Yes, and they stuff at me like, oh, you must know him, and so what y'all know about each other? And I'm like, I don't even know these people. They're just walking past us. Like, what are you talking about? But it was because, you know, they felt insecure. And for me, that's a problem because I feel like I'm a secure person. I've gotten to this place. It takes time to even be secure because you're like, you find out reasons why people don't like you and they try to talk about you and you're like, okay. And you start trying to take on those things. So when you finally get that confidence and that pizzazz about yourself, I'm not going to let nobody take that away from me now. Right. So I feel like if you can't handle the type of woman I am, don't even come over here because I'm going to dress up. I'm going to look nice. My hair, my nails, all that stuff going to be done. So if you can't handle that type of woman, then just keep on walking because we're not going to make it.
Right.
We're just not. And a while ago, I was out with a friend in the mall, and it was a male friend, and we were just walking and shopping a little bit, looking around. And he saw other guys, you know, just looking and kind of peeking over and stuff. And he stood back and he said, you know what? He said, I like that. I'm like, you like what? He was like, I just like how other guys are looking, kind of looking at me sideways, but looking at you. And he was like, it made me feel like I'm walking with a prize. And that made me feel amazing because I have been around guys that I'm like, oh God, please don't let this dude look at me. Because if he look at me, he going to say something. But just for him to say that made me feel good. And that let me know that there's people out there, there's a guy out there that doesn't mind that. He likes that, hey, my woman is beautiful, or the woman I'm with is beautiful. And if you see it, then, hey, I got a prize.
Right. So. And some men and women feel intimidated because when they're with the person and someone is looking at them, and that's their insecurity, thinking that, oh, they looking at them, oh, we might go down this way, and they might get the number call. You know, and then they start an argument with getting in the car. I saw the guy was looking at you, and then you know you saw him, you looked and you saw him, and you didn't even pay him no mind. He probably knew the man had on a red shirt and blue jeans and had on chucks and everything, and you were like, I don't know what he had on, I wasn't even looking. But you got to be secure in your relationship. Even young women and young men, when you are dating, date the person. Don't date the one in your head. Date the person and pay attention to what the person is saying. You know, one of the things I love when someone pay attention to what I like and don't like, because those will be times when a birthday come around, you get a gift. Because they saw what you like and they know what you like to eat. My husband know he can give me crab legs 24 hours a day. And I will eat them all day long. He found that out when I got pregnant with her. All I wanted was seafood. So he knows now that if I don't get nothing else for my wife for any other day of the year, if I can get her a pound of crab legs, I got a smile on her face. So that's when someone is paying attention. And he knows certain bags that I like to carry and certain colors that I like. So you pay attention to what your partner like and don't like, but don't try to beat them down.
Don't change
don't try to change them to fit where you at in your life or fit where you at in your emotions, because you will break that person down. And so, you know, like you were saying, in one of your relationships, the person tried to change who you are and try to tell you. And I start noticing that
changed how I dressed.
She changed how she dressed, and then I noticed she had stopped wearing makeup, and then
my nail colors were plain.
And I started looking at her like,
I changed a lot because I wanted to make him happy. So
I'm
like, whatever you say.
She would step out of the room one day and came. I said, "Oh, daughter, what's wrong with you? Are you sick today?" and she didn't have no makeup on. She didn't have her pretty dresses, and she went down in flats. I'm like, honey, I'm just you in heels. What's going on with you? Oh, I'm just trying something new. And I went to looking like, baby, that ain't nothing new. That's something that ain't you. And we started having some conversations, and then all of a sudden, I saw my daughter change from who she was to try to fit for who this young man wanted her to be. But she woke up and smelled the coffee. She said, this is not me. This is not me. So be who you are and be proud of who you are, because there's somebody out there that's going to applaud you, appreciate, and love the woman or the man that you are. Don't let nobody tell you you ain't great or you're not beautiful and yes, I married you because you needed me. No, that don't happen in this world. Don't let them do that to you. It happens, but don't let them do that to you. One thing I try to tell my daughter, I said, daughter, if you don't do nothing else in this world, this is what Mama wants you to do. Make sure you are secure financially. I said, if you secure financially, and then everything else will fall in line. Young women, make sure you are secure financially when you go into a relationship. Young men, make sure you're secure financially, because some young men come in with less amount, but most men, they have the good jobs and they have the good insurance and all the benefits. And rarely women get it. But I told my daughter, you make sure if you don't have nothing else, you have good, stable financial security. So that's what she has built for herself. And I told her, don't you let nobody come into your life that you got to take care of, because you already got somebody to take care of you. And now she have a young daughter. So I'm telling all the young women, when you are in a relationship, and men, and you feel like they are tearing you apart as to who you are, they're trying to change you to fit them because of what's going on in their life. They want to inflict their pain on you to cause you pain. And you can come into the relationship just smiling, happy all on the inside, but further down, a year come by or 2 years come by, you start feeling the negative vibes. You start out talking like you was in love, so in love, and you can't go nowhere without him, or he can't go nowhere without you. Then all of a sudden, they don't want you around them. They don't want to sit in the same room with you. And things start changing, and you start noticing. And then when you start noticing and you start discussing it with them, they don't know what you're talking about.
That's not
what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. But you see the signs. And once you see the signs and you're not happy anymore, I'll tell anybody, happiness makes you healthy. It keeps you secure. It keeps you smiling. And it don't let you be angry at everybody in the world. So seek your happiness. Don't stay miserable, because misery loves company. And one thing I've learned in talking to people and seeing relationships, when someone feel like they got control over your emotions, they will drag your emotions to the mud. But you don't want it to go into the brick where it break who you are. You want the next relationship you get in that the person see the greatness of you. You don't want to carry the residue from that relationship over into that one. Right. So how's things going with you now, and what are some of these other things you have, wrote down?
Well, right now, I'm kind of in a place where, like my mom said, I've secured like different things in my life, as far as financial stability, those type of things I do have pretty much together. So the next thing would be a husband, and with that being said, he would have to add to me, nothing to take away, because I've been in relationships where things have been taken apart, and I've been taken apart, and I feel like after I had my daughter, then my pieces started coming back together from all those relationships where it was taken away. So now I feel like I'm back to a whole normal person again. So with that being said, anything that knocks me off course or make me feel like it's not going to, I automatically just, okay, well, we finna not even keep going with this. I'm just not finna keep going. This not finna keep happening, because I'm in a place where if you can't add to me, And if you can't talk to me like I want to be talked to, because I've been verbally abused by some relationships I've been in where they talk to me like I was a child, or I'm beneath them and they were above me, or I'm not as educated or something, but I've been going to school, so you making me feel like I'm less than, or I'm not. Like, you're making me feel like I'm dumb right now, and I can't be with anybody that's just gonna make me feel little.
Right.
We gotta feel big together.
Right.
Because I read a quote where it said, when you're in a relationship, it's you guys together fighting against the world, or fighting against the things outside, fighting against your troubles. Y'all not fighting each other. Because if you're fighting each other, how in the world are y'all gonna make it?
World,
like, y'all aren't gonna be able to fight the world. You're gonna be so busy trying to, oh, well, I'm gonna do this since you did that to me, and I'm gonna do this back to make you mad. And then the whole world out there is demising you, and you're falling apart in the world. And then when you finally realize it, you got to pick up all those pieces.
Yeah.
So I'm at a place where if you can't come and we can't communicate to understand each other, don't come over here. If you, again, can't add to me, you can't talk to me like I want to be talked to, you got to go.
But why is
like
it
that.
a lot of young women and male, they'll take a lot of things off of people before they wake up and smell the coffee? You know, they just keep taking and keep taking and keep taking it till they can't take it no more. Do you think something happened previously in their life, or maybe in their upbringing or something, and when they go through this, they say, okay, I'm just going to let this slide. I'm just going to let that slide. Because even with one of your relationships, you know, I noticed how the person just was always mad.
Yeah.
Just had a mad look about him. And I hadn't, you know, I finally, when I first met him, I said, oh my God, he's mad. He just said, I said, hello, how you doing, honey? And he went and said, oh, how are you? I said, oh, Jesus, this is a mad one right here. And then, but I didn't bother her relationship because I wanted her to find the difference in different relationships. But she'll know what's good for her and what wasn't good for her. And then when she would come to me for advice, I would give her advice. So she came to me a couple of weeks after I met the young man. Mama, what you think about him? That's what I did. I got real quiet and just looked at her. She said, Mama, you ain't saying nothing. What you think about him? I got quiet again. She said, oh, so that's what you think? I said, I think nothing. Because I already seen what I saw, but I wanted her to see it. And then when things started going further and further and further, she saw it. And we was at a great event one time, and that person took the focus off of her because it was celebrating her and put it on him. I said, see, that's where it's going to always be, baby girl. So she woke up and smelled the coffee. But some young people and some people don't want to heed advice and don't want to see the things when it hit them in the face. But I'm so glad to see how mature my daughter is and how she have learned through all of her relationships. There are some people that are out there now. You may be listening at some of the things my daughter was sharing with you today, or some of the things that we talked about. And you're in a relationship right now where you're trying to decide whether you should stay in it or you should get out of it. Please look at the compatibilities. Please look at the way him or her talk to you. And please look at the way you feel in the relationship, how that person make you feel, how that person make you think of yourself, and how long you've been with the person and nothing has changed. Because a lot of times, Jaleesa, people want to be in a relationship. They'll stay in a relationship with you 10 to 15 years and want to get married.
Yeah, we're not doing that either.
That's too long. If you don't know me by now, you won't even know me. So 10 years, and then all of a sudden you keep thinking, well, when is he going to ask me to marry him? Or if it's a woman. And then the man be saying, when's she going to act like she want to marry me? Because she's still acting like she's single, or she want to be single. So, but we have been in this relationship for 10 to 15 years. If you've been in a relationship, young lady and young man, I'm sharing with you too, 10 and 15 years with the same person, and y'all haven't gotten married, because some people are afraid to get married because they feel like we might get together, then we have a divorce. But you're already together. That's just a piece of paper. Then when they say that, well, that's just a piece of paper. That comes with benefits, that piece of paper, though, for both of you all. You know, so they'll say, well, I'm telling you today, if y'all, young lady, I had someone ask me some time ago that if I've been in this relationship for 15 years and we haven't gotten married yet, do you think I'm with the wrong person?
Yeah.
I said, yes, baby, I think so. If he haven't asked you to marry him by now,
It's not going to.
he's not going to ask you to marry him. You just wanted the benefits. And do you want to be a benefit or do you want to be an access to the person's life? Because, you know, even when, okay, I'll say it this way. Benefits mean, for me and my husband now, you know, my husband, while we, you know, we married and everything, 30 something, you know, so long time. But anyway, I tell you how long, I'm going to tell you how old I am. But it came with benefits. You know, he was in the military, he got good benefits and all this good stuff and all of that, and that's what benefits come in. And some people in relationships, they want the benefits, but they don't want the person.
Right.
You got to want the person and the benefits. I would tell any young lady, if you have been on the sideline for a long time, don't be the sideliner.
Right.
You should be the frontliner. You should be the important person in that man's life. Vice versa. If the woman keep telling you, I'm not ready to get married yet, I'm still waiting on God, I'm still waiting on this certain feeling, you know, and then you're getting older. Because as years go by, another year come, and another year come. And then you say, I'm getting old, I'm ready to settle down, I'm ready to get married. So when you have been in a relationship that long and it hadn't worked out for you, I'm just going to say it like the old saying, he's not that into you. So you need to find somebody that's going to be into you. Right. You got to find somebody that's really going to love who you are, not try to change you, and not try to make you fit their agenda, and fit how they want it. Even sometimes young girls, young women, when they begin to get in their 30s and 40s, they feel like, okay, I'm not going to get married. Nobody don't want me. Honey, there is somebody out there that wants you. But you got to put yourself out there so they can see you. I ain't talking about out there being wild, crazy, and all. Just get yourself out there. Make yourself presentable. Nowadays, men want women with careers, because they don't want to pull the whole load. Because it's expensive nowadays. Even when we was coming up, you know, my mom and them, it was expensive for them, but they was able to handle it and make everything work. But nowadays, you know, we want to keep up with the Joneses and all that. So we both got to work. Billy got to work. Sally got to work. We both got to put the money together and make it work.
Right.
So make yourself presentable and don't look down on who you are. Don't allow somebody to make you feel that you're less than. Because you are beautiful, male and female, and you are wonderfully made. You are a handiwork of God. And so there is somebody that's going to come with you, and they are going to be a helpmeet. I know there's somebody out there for my daughter, because she was sharing with me the other day. She said, Mom, I'm comfortable right now. I'm good. I'm good right now, but I know there's somebody out there for her. And there's somebody out there for you. Just keep being who you are. Be intelligent. Be smart. Get a career. Have your money laid up. Have your benefits right there, so you'll know. So see, because the man would say, "Oh, that one." Okay, I'll say it this way: your looks won't only be attractive. I mean, the things that your package that come with you will be so attractive to the man and to the woman, because you will have yourself together and you have your act together. You have things laid out. I know one young lady was telling me, she said, well, do you think I can still get somebody in my life right about now? I said, yeah, honey, you still can. You're not too old. And even if you're in a relationship and that man or that woman told you that nobody else will want you, honey, yes it is. There's somebody out there will want you. There's somebody out there just looking for you. You got lost in the sauce because you got tied up with someone that don't love you and appreciate you. So the minute you walk out of that relationship that has hurt you and broke you, honey, that man is waiting right there. Say, I'm going to collect all the pieces that this male or this female and put you everywhere. I'm going to help you collect yourself and let you know you are great and you are beautiful. I'm telling you on today, God loves you and you are a beautiful person. And you can get a relationship just like you want it. Don't let nobody make you settle for what they are. And they're making you feel less than who you are. Anything else, daughter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. I read a quote or something the other day where it was like, don't give off a vibe you cannot maintain.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, when we first start talking to people, we give off this vibe that we gon' all this stuff just gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So you start to work toward that kind of stuff, and you see that, okay, maybe this person can't handle what I gotta bring to the table. I sure can't handle what they bring to the table, and so it makes a problem. So then the problem comes up. So again, be who you are. Don't present yourself as somebody that you're not. Be exactly who you are. So that way, that person can decide, hey, I'm gonna stay. Or wait a minute, you got a lot going on, I can't handle it. And sometimes a lot going on doesn't mean that the person is doing wrong things.
Right.
It's just that their lifestyle is maybe too busy for you. Or their lifestyle is maybe they do something too much for you that is not necessarily a negative thing, but that's just not what you want.
Right.
And so I look at those type of things now. And also I look at, I feel like I'm a different type of person because of the way I was raised. So a lot of guys want that girl that they can live with. I'm not gonna be that girl because I choose to just come home. Like, oh, you gonna come spend the night? Can I pick you up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? No, I'm at home. I have my child. No, you cannot come pick me up right now. Like, I'm in the bed. Like, what are you talking about? So, like, I'm that type of person. So I feel like I try to lay that stuff out in front of guys when they try to talk to me so that they can know, okay, look, this is who I am.
Right.
Can't handle that, then you need to go. But a lot of them keep trying to see if they can get me to do it. You're not going to get me to do it. Like, I'm a stubborn person. When
You're not going to get her
do,
to do something she don't want to do.
It.
I'm her mama.
I'm
it
not.
ain't going to happen.
I don't care what you do. I'm not going to do it.
Right.
So I just see it as like, don't push me to do something for you that I'm not comfortable doing. I've dated guys that they did things that I don't do. So if you bring me into that type of environment, first off, I'm already like, I really don't want to be here, but make me feel safe. Don't ignore me when you bring me into that environment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've dated people who, their families might do certain things and drink and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a drinker. I don't mind being around your family. I don't care. I have family members that do.
Yeah.
Cool. But don't make me uncomfortable and sit me on the side and then you all having your good time and I'm just sitting there like a bump on the log like I don't belong and everybody looking at me like, oh, you brought Goody Two Shoe to the park. Like, don't do me like that. Make me feel comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just need, that's the type of stuff I'm looking for now. Like, I used to look for, when we were younger, we looked for little petty stuff. Now I'm looking for, like, grown woman stuff. Like, are you gonna, like my dad brought up before, if you get a man, if y'all car break down on the highway, that joker better get out the car and walk to the gas station and get the tank and everything and come on back. And then I'm like, well, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna walk with him. He not finna leave me in the car on the side of the road. So we're gonna walk together and go get it. But yeah, exactly. The type of person that will go do those things, those old fashioned things that people say. Because right now, guys don't take you on dates. They want you to plan the date. They get upset when they don't hear from you, but you don't hear from them either. But they blame it on you. Oh, well, you're not texting me. You're not saying nothing to me. Okay, and you're not either. I'm only going to get the energy you give me. So if I'm not texting you, it's because you're not texting me. Like, I'm not finna be doing all that chase cat and mouse stuff.
Right.
If you're interested, show that. If you're not, keep it moving. There's somebody out there for you, I promise. If it's not me. So just keep it moving. But yeah.
You said there's somebody out there for you. It's just not me.
It might not be me, but there's somebody out there. I promise. Go to her. Don't keep bothering me. And we're having issues, and I keep saying, okay, and you still bothering me. That you might be missing the girl that you need.
Right.
And you might be making me miss who I need.
Right.
So let's not, if we know we're not finna go no further, keep it moving. Let's not leave each other on. Let's not play games. I don't have time.
Right.
You shouldn't have time. So please get what you need so I can get what I need.
And I like what you were saying, that your dad said if, you know, your car get on the side of the road to give out of gas, he got to walk.
Yeah, like,
and
you
then
been looking at me
what
like,
if
you gonna get out?
You get a
Ooh.
flat tire, then he don't know how to change a tire. Because I remember my dad taught me and my sisters how to change a tire. He taught us how to do the oil in the car. He taught us how to listen for certain things that go wrong with the car. Even now, when me and the husband ride in our car, the door of the car, somebody's car, he'll say, "Ooh, you hear that?" I said, "Yes, I hear that." The other day, we was riding in the car, and he said, "Honey, you hear that?" I said, "Yeah, I hear that tire on the back here behind me," because I was on the passenger side. I said, "Sound like it got a bubble in it the way it's going. It's just going up and down, up and down." I said, "Her tire gonna go flat in a minute." 2 days later, it went flat. That's because my dad taught us those certain things. But I'm glad I married a man that know how to do all that kind of stuff. And you want somebody that's going to be able to do that. And her father showed her how to do it.
But he doesn't let me do it if he's around. Like,
right.
It's like, why would I let you do it? But he did show me how to do it. And I'd be like, okay, I need another lesson so I can remember in case I'm on the side of the road and I need to fix it. Or if I need to get my oil together. So that he showed me all that kind of stuff. So I am sufficient where I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, not have someone. But in the same token, when I have that someone, please do your part. So
what if a woman in a relationship where she works, she take care of the kids? I'm not trying to put the man down because I'm going to bring the man in too. Because on Thursday, I'm going to do a Father's Day setting. On Sunday, I'm going to do it next Sunday too. So I'm bringing the men, and men are good. I'm telling you, they are great. They are good to have around. But there are some women in relationships that they don't understand, and they're trying to figure their way out. You see, they go to work, they come home, they keep house, they see about the kids, they help pay the bills, and they still feel like they're not worthy from their other significant or their husband, vice versa. And this man, he's helping out, he's working, coming home, cooking dinner, and seeing about the baby, changing diapers, and feeling worthless. What can make a relationship work when both people are working and they have children too? Is it a partnership or just tradition? Tradition, a woman got to do it. Or do we pull this thing together? We put our money together. Should we do all the things together?
It's a partnership.
Yes.
You can't. I don't expect. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be this, because I like working. So I don't think I'm the type of woman that's gonna sit at home and take care of the kids and have his dinner ready and all that kind of stuff like that. I'm going to work too because I like working. So I'm going to go teach my little children at the school. I'm going to come home and do what I need to do. But it is a partnership. There's no, you do this, I do that. And it's a conversation.
Yeah,
if you feel worthless, it's a conversation. Stop just feeling worthless and making it worse. Oh, he going in to take a shower and stuff. And he came in, he greeted you, but he went on to take a shower. You mad because he going to take a shower and he didn't tell me how his day was and blah. You're making yourself feel worthless. Stop doing that kind of stuff too.
Right.
Because a lot of times we make things worse. Yeah. We add on to it and, oh, well, he looked over here at me real quick. He must got attitude. No, you're doing too much. Like, that's when you're just doing too much.
Right.
And you need to have a conversation and talk and say how you feel. And even if it leads into where y'all, shoot, I don't even want to talk to you for a few minutes. Give me a minute because I need to breathe.
Time out.
That's the type of person I am. Give me a minute to breathe. I'm not finna come back at you. Let me think about what I'm gonna say because I can't take back anything I say.
Right.
So let me get a minute and then I'm gonna come back to you. We're gonna talk about it. But we're not gonna do all this yelling and screaming because we're not learning nothing. We're just yelling at each other. So I just feel like it's conversation. I think that's the problem. People are not talking anymore. We're so busy on Facebook and talking to other folk, and you're mending other people's relationships, but yours is messed up. Like, pull all that stuff together. There's a lot of people helping other people, but you're not taking your own advice. And I think everybody just needs to slow down and focus on what they need to focus on and stay out of other people's stuff. Stop trying to have a relationship and have something on the side. If you're with that person, be with that person and y'all make it work. Right. Because I'm the type of person, don't come to me if you have a girlfriend and you don't know if you still want to be with her or y'all going through something and you just trying to find an outlet. Do not hit me up because when she try to call me, we coming for you, buddy. All right? We coming for you. All right? Because I've been in that situation like the last couple people who've been trying to talk to me, they got a whole girlfriend. Are you serious?
Right.
I'm like, no. Are you serious? Work that out with your girl. Y'all had it. Tell her I ain't even, look, block me, I'm gonna block you. Y'all keep it moving. Y'all have a good time.
Right.
Y'all put it together. Don't bring me into the situation because we coming for you, buddy. Because you the one that's wrong. And that's what women need to realize too. They like to try to fight the woman.
Yes.
Look, I didn't even know you existed, sister, until you called me. So you must have been snooping to find out that he was even talking to me.
Right.
And then you trying to call me and try to cuss me out and try to find out where I'm at so you could try to fight me. But in the same token, brother is wrong. There's something wrong with him. So you need to check him. Stop trying to check me.
Right.
You're going to run up on the wrong boulevard because I don't do all that.
Because a lot of times, even in relationships like that, when the girl or the guy talking to you all together, and then they talking, trying to get
Other
somebody
people,
else,
just
and then
in
that
case.
person find out that they're talking to you, they want to come at you or want to go
didn't
at
even know you
him.
existed.
And then, but you should get the person that came to you. Don't get the person that had nothing to do with it. That's even in marriages. When a husband or a wife tip out on the husband or the wife, the wife want to get the woman that the husband tipped out on.
It's
No,
him,
or the
or it's
husband
her.
want to get the man. No, you get that person that you know and that you have been with for in a relationship. You don't go bother that innocent person because that person didn't have nothing to do with it. They came after them because they got you. They had their cake and now they want to go eat too. And so you're gonna be the one that stick the cake in their mouth and choke them with it.
Right.
That's what you need to do. You can't bring the other person down and try to take them down because they had nothing to do with it.
Yes.
But a lot of times people will do that. And then with this social media, they can look you up on Facebook and find where you live at and all that kind of stuff. No, nobody want that kind of drama in their life. They looking for true relationship.
And half the time I don't even know if I like the person by the time the girl call. So I'm like, I don't even like him. Like, please, y'all get that together. Right. I don't like stuff like that. I don't do drama. I don't do all that. We're not gonna fight over nobody, sister. You can have him. Because if you got to go through all of that with him and he looking at other women,
right,
he gonna do that to me and we not. I just don't want it. I just
right.
I will. Me and my little daughter can rock out. If I got to deal with anything like that, it'll just be me and her cooling it. And I don't need that.
Right, and
don't.
That's true. Even like you were saying, you like to think before you say something.
I do.
A lot of time in relationships, people just go to mouthing off. And then when you mouth off, you can't take back what you said. And once it's out of your mouth in that person's ear, there it is. And you can't erase it. Right. So you always should think about what you're saying. I looked on here and I saw what Sharita said. She's noticed that a lot of people let the woman get out and pump the gas in the car.
Right. I'm old school. I'm not getting out. We're just going to be sitting there.
Right. My husband if he's in that car, if I pump the gas and my husband's in the car, I'm on the way to the emergency room to take him because he's sick. It has never happened. Not that I wouldn't get out and do that, but he's not going to allow me to do it. He'd be looking at me like, what's wrong with you?
Where are you going?
Where are you going? You trying to pump the gas? What? You no, you ain't gonna make me look like that, man. And so that don't happen. Even my boys, if they're in the car, they don't allow me or my daughter to get out and pump the gas or change a tire, nothing like that. It's not that we can't do it because we do it. But that is just, a thing you want to feel.
That's just being a gentleman.
You want to feel real girly at the time, and you want to. Okay, making me feel special, and just be gentle, be good. Show love if you want love. Be easy. You can be easy and find out that people will see who you really are. I'm so grateful today that my daughter has come into her whole self. That people get a chance, whoever wants to come into her relationship, she landed on the table what you gonna get and who she is. So don't try to change me. And I told her, don't you ever let nobody come into a relationship, let somebody change who you are. Because God made who you are. And be happy with the person that don't let them tear down your self-esteem. Some people can see you so confident, it'll be intimidating to them. They'll feel intimidated because of the confidence that you have in yourself. But don't let anybody take that from you. Just because I'm confident, you want to say I'm cocky. No, I'm not cocky. I just believe who I am and know what I can do. And I produce what I can do. It's not just talk. Because a lot of people can say that and don't do it. And then you're like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You said it, but I don't see it. You seen something like that too?
There's another quote that I
Come
really
on with
like.
your quotes.
It says, "What I require, I can also provide." So if I
Okay.
require whatever I'm requiring from you,
Yes.
I can provide that.
To
Like I'm
you.
not gonna ask it if I can't give it.
Right.
So I'm not gonna lead you on in any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
What I ask for, I can
Yes.
also provide that, and I think
Right.
that goes a long way because you can't ask for something that you can't do.
Right.
Like, how do you expect somebody to do something for you that you're incapable of doing?
Right.
Oh, I want you to love me like this, but you can't even love the person. Like, that makes no sense at all. So it's kind of just you're giving what you give, what you expect to receive.
Right.
Because a lot of people say treat others how you want to be treated. Really, things are reciprocated in life. What you give, you get back.
That's
we
right.
talk about reap what you sow. We talk about karma and all that kind of stuff. Whatever you give is coming back
Yes,
in
it
some way,
is.
shape, or form. So give your 100%. And I don't like to hear people say, oh, in a relationship is 50-50. For me, in a relationship is 100-100. I'm 100% a person, you 100% a person.
All
We're going
right.
to bring it together. Now, when we slack, we might be at 80% together. Okay, well, we done lost 20% on my end. You done lost it. Let's talk so we can get back up to our 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't think, who's a half person? I don't want a half person and I'm a half person and then we making one person. No,
And
we
that's-
100% put together.
Maybe that's why a lot of relationships ain't work.
Yeah,
It was 50-50.
No,
Oh.
I don't want 50-50. 100%, I'm 100%. We're going to get as close to 100 as we can so we
Yes.
can be people that are high above that 50%.
Yeah, the average. High above the average.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we're going above average,
We're
not,
going to be above.
not middle.
Yes, I like that. I like that. It's good conversation here. Good conversation. You know, I just hope that people are really listening and you examining the relationships that you're in right now, or relationship that you're in, and you're going to be 100 in that relationship. And like my daughter was saying, if they don't give you 100 back, don't keep giving your 100 till you exhaust yourself, and then you down to 2%.
Yeah, because sometimes you might fall off a little bit. You might
Yeah.
go down 10%. Okay, well, I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to help you get back
Yes.
up to that 100% because I want
Yes.
you to be 100% a person. And I
Yes.
understand the 50-50. Like, I never like that term. No, don't come in with no 50% because that's not enough.
Right.
We're talking about 100%. 50%
Right.
who? And then when it's 50% and then you slip down 15% and then you slip down some more, you at 20%. No, those are little numbers. We need hundreds.
Right, right. Far too long, people have said that about that 50%. I told you my daughter was smart. You know, she's very
I'm just
educated.
quiet. I don't like to talk a lot, but I'm coming out of my shell. So.
Yes, Mama helping her. I'm getting her on the talk show because she's in media. She got that degree, and I'm pretty sure one day she's gonna advance into that. She's gonna stop teaching school when she decide to, and then she's gonna go on into that media world. And you know, we're gonna see her on TV doing different things because I love the way she communicate and how she express herself. And I hope you all enjoyed this today. This is just getting so good. And I about don't want to stop it, but we got to stop it because people might get tired. But I enjoy talking to the audience. And I hope you all enjoyed me and my daughter Jaleesa on today. And if we can share anything else with you concerning relationship, I hope the young ladies and the young men, you're really examining things and you're looking at a different view on your relationship. You're looking at if y'all compatible, if you're not, you know, weigh the pros and the cons and make sure, like my daughter said, 100.
100. We're not doing
100,
50-50.
not 50-50 no more. 100. If you're doing 100, yeah, that's really good. You know, I thought about that because even in school, if you get a 50, then you fail.
I don't like giving my students 50s. I want you at 100. So
Yes.
and then if you're at a 70, we're going to keep working until we get you to that 100.
Right.
So that's how you work on those relationships. We're not doing 50-50 because that's not enough.
You guys are smart children. Love y'all much. Love y'all much. Me and my husband, we did good. Honey, we did good. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed what we said on today. We will be coming back to you all again later in the future, my daughter and I, and my children and I, you know, my husband and I. But on this week, on Thursday, we will be coming to you all with the Father's Day special. I have a young man that's going to be talking from Detroit. He's going to share some things that he had went through in a relationship and allowed him to raise his son. There's so many good fathers out there. There are good men out there, but they need to be heard and they need to be seen. Give the other young men hope that want this relationship with their children and all. So on this week, come Thursday, I will have Bernard Raspis. Let me say it right, Raspis. He will be here to speak on it, and he's going to share with y'all all the things that he went through, that God allowed him to raise his son. It will really strengthen your faith, young men. It will really give you hope to know that you're not out there by yourself, that God can change a situation. Then on Sunday, I will be around the table with my brothers and my husband. They'll be sharing concerning, being fathers and the type of things they did as fathers, the relationship they have with their kids and all. So you're going to really enjoy it. I hope that you all stay tuned to the Tammy Talk Show, because we really love doing this. And I love seeing you on the views and seeing you all listed up here and and coming into the conversation. It really makes us feel good, and we love you much. Until next time, this is the Tammy Talk Show. We love you, and tune in Thursday at 6:30. God bless you. Love you much. Bye-bye.